Okay, so dating. If you're single or if you remember when you were dating, there were some red flags that come up and you're like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. So there's this comedian who was talking about her dating life, and she said the one question that she has for somebody that dates, and it's a deal breaker if they don't answer correctly. She says, "What's your credit score?"
What?
Yeah.
Why?
And here's why. She said a credit score is kind of like a grown up report card. And I think that's such a good analogy. She said it shows how responsible you are with money and how responsible that you will be with my heart. Now, I don't know if those two equate quite so equally, but if you're taking care of your credit score, it does show some responsibility. And I get things happen. And sometimes we have to make hard choices that lead to, a not so great credit score. But for her, that's the deal breaker.
That's a dating deal breaker. A grown-up, what'd you call it? A grown-up report card?
Report card. Yep.
Scott has one when he was dating. He's not dating right now. He's been married forever.
Yes, over 20 years. But back in the day, back a long time ago when I was dating, tobacco use. So if you were a smoker, that was it. I just can't do that.
Can't taste like a trash can or what is it? An ashtray.
Yes. So if they were smoking, that was it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here was mine. You want to hear what I would say?
What?
If you ain't got a job, you ain't for me.
Gotta have a job.
You got to have a job.
Deal breaker, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder, I'd love to hear some open mics on this. Check it out, the My His Radio app. Tap on the open mic. You can tap record right there. Dating deal breakers. What were they?
Yeah, so Michelle texted and said, okay, it's a weird one, but when I was dating, I didn't want to date a surfer because my brother was a surfer. All his friends were going nowhere in life, and neither was my brother. That's really specific, but she was like, y'all ain't going anywhere. I'm out. Linda, however, texted. She said, you cannot be younger than me at all and no more than 4 years older.
I'm sorry, I'm stuck on the surfer.
I know.
Wow. How stereotyped every surfer.
Hey, she knew a group and they weren't doing anything with their lives except catching a wave.
All right. Need to get to these open mics. These are from the My His Radio app.
My biggest deal breaker was if you ain't in church, you ain't serving God, you ain't for me. And my husband, he'd probably say, if you don't like cats, then you're not for me.
They have to go to church. Like, if you don't go to church, then that's it.
When I was dating, one of the deal breakers for me was if you opened the door for me when I was going in and out of the car or in and out of a building or house or whatever. That's one of the things I considered a Southern gentleman. And if you didn't open my door, then you were out. It doesn't matter if you're from the North or South, you can always be a Southern gentleman.
Okay, so a dating deal breaker, you had to love animals, particularly dogs and cats, but you had to really be an animal lover.
I feel like I just heard a cat.
I did too.
Right behind her on that open mic. We're like right on cue. Meow.
We got a text from Elizabeth and she said not eating vegetables is her deal breaker. Like, just be healthy. Eat your veggies.
Eat the veggies. You'll be mine. Okay, here's the open mic that came in off the My His Radio app.
Good morning, y'all. I'll tell you what the deal breaker for me was. It's always finding out that I was related to you somehow.
What?
My family in this area is so huge. It was a real struggle for me, and I'm just very thankful. Praise God that I've found my wife. And, she comes from a large family as well, but thankfully we're no relation.
That's a lot of people from the same family. Wow.
My name's Bill. Are you my cousin?